Hi, good afternoon. My name is Srivastav, and my topic is validation, the need for validation, and I'll be talking about what it really means. What is this need of validation that we seek? So before I begin my topic, I would like to ask you: how many of you feel the need to be loved, appreciated, accepted, respected by others, but mainly strangers, people outside your family members and friends? But also, it can also be friends. Honestly, it's friends of aate. Yeah, you. Right. Anyone else? You as well.
Need to be accepted, not necessarily by strangers, but our loved ones, our friends.
Yeah.
Yes,
like by my family and friends. Like, I don't care for strangers.
Right. See, so because of this difference, this need for validation, it's on a spectrum. It can range from this small need to just be complimented by others.
So what you're trying to say is like the need for me to be accepted by one person, two persons, or all the persons.
Yes.
Right, all people. Yeah.
So this validation thing, it has to do with this need of being accepted by pretty much everyone. So this exaggerated need to be accepted and respected, and one of the issues what it causes is that it can somehow make your own self-worth dependent on other people. So whether it's sometimes it's yourself, sometimes it's people you see in your day-to-day life who they kind of want to be complimented by people on a daily basis, or they usually they exaggerate
things about themselves,
telling stories and such. And so this sometimes it can feel like it's a problem. It can sometimes affect you if you're friends with this person. Sometimes you feel the need to be complimented by someone who you don't know, like as it in personal, but you feel like, oh, if that person compliments me, it'll make my day, or I really need to.
Yeah, for example, even pure life, So you may wish that I say something good about you.
Yeah.
You may wish that your performance was really up to the mark. You may wish that you get 10 on 10. So that is also a need for being validated. I'll tell you something, this need for validation is so true that I have met so many people in my life who are real good speakers. And if I call them as guests to my sessions, after they have done it, they'll come and say, it was good, no? So, this need for validation is something that is very basic. So whether you are a novice or whether you are a pro, you all have it in some degree or the other.
Yes. So sometimes what it does is it can cause some personal problems, like you really begin to doubt yourself. Sometimes it creeps in, you have self-doubt, you have some trust issues. Sometimes you're anxious. You can't take rejection. Like if you feel like, okay, I need someone's compliment, I need someone's approval. So it hinders in the way that you can't take rejection, you can't take no for an answer, and you don't know what to do. So
like she has to like me.
Yes.
Why doesn't she like me? Or he has to like me. Why doesn't he like me? Why doesn't my mother like me? Why doesn't my sister like me? You have that feeling that, hey, I'm really good, why are they not accepting me? That means there must be something wrong within me. So then it all comes back to your self-esteem.
Yes.
And then you don't want to meet people, and then you go into a shell, and then you feel like committing suicide. He feels too tensed talking about all these things, probably because he's gone through that stage and he doesn't want to go through it again, even remember it. That means that memory is so strong. That memory and that what he went through is so painful that he doesn't even want to talk about it.
Right. So that's why I find it that it's sometimes really important to if you see someone else, try to help them, or sometimes it's you who just feels this urge that okay, no, I really need someone else's approval as well. I need to know whether if I'm good enough, if what I do is good enough. And there are a couple of ways you can make sure.
I want to share something here as you're saying, because I remember when I used to take my kids to the swimming pool, they would jump from there, and they would want me to watch them jumping. So if I'm looking and saying, "Mommy, look here, I'm jumping, please look here." So the need for approval comes from such a small age.
Yes.
Where tell me I am somebody important.
Yes.
Tell me I am really good. Tell me I am beautiful. Why do people fall into relationships? For being validated, isn't it? He tells me that you look beautiful, so I am beautiful. But I don't need anybody to tell me that I am beautiful. I know that I am beautiful. That is what we are teaching you here at Mandatory School of Confidence. To fall in love with your own self. And then this need actually goes away.
Yes, and one thing that reminded me of is that bachpan mein what happens is that sometimes we either get too much approval from people, so like we somehow become like the popular kids in our class,
Yes.
Either that, or we sometimes are like cornered away to the side, so we barely get any attention and acceptance.
And it's like that person didn't exist at all.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They get outcasted from such a young age. So it's on both extremes. On one extreme where you're constantly surrounded by these people where you're being complimented.
The hero of the class.
The hero of the class. And then on the other side, what happens is that no one really asks, okay, how are you today? How have you been? I would like to be your friend, something like that. So both of these things they lead up to this need for validation in your adult life as well. And sometimes you just don't know how to undo it.
I think I just recently saw a movie of John Abraham, and his mother always says, "You're the best, you're the best, you're the best." So right from childhood, he has that feeling that there is nobody like him. So he has a number of flings and all, and he doesn't think about the seriousness of getting into a relationship and being loyal there. He feels that he can have any girl that he wants and all that. And then his mother, afterwards, because he gets a woman pregnant, and then he doesn't want to accept her as his wife. He says she could have had it from somebody else. So at that moment, his mother gives him a tight slap and said, "I wish I had given this to you earlier." So what happened is something that helped the child improve his self-esteem went overboard, where he felt that he can do it, be and have everything that he wanted, and he disregarded the needs of others. So that also can be a side effect of too much of approval from people. Yes.
So it works both ways. That's what I wanted to point out. Now there are a couple of ways that you can slowly, like it won't happen in an instant, but you can slowly undo this urge that people might have, or you can help others get over it if you don't have it. And one of those things is that you have to learn to appreciate yourself. Even
what? Because I have a need for approval that everybody wishes me on my birthday. I love it when everybody wishes me on my birthday.
Yes.
So I'll call up my friends and I will tell them, "Tomorrow is my birthday, please wish me up." Because it is my need, no? I feel happy when you call me up.
My friend does that too. And messages everyone, "Tomorrow is my birthday, tomorrow."
Yes. Because who am I? I'm not the President of India that everybody remembers my birthday. Isn't it? So I don't think too much about myself, but yes, this is my honest need. I like it when you wish me. So please wish me. That's it. And I learned this from one of my friends who did the same thing. I said, "Wow, so nice. She doesn't have any ego. And she's actually telling what she felt." Just imagine if you were so honest with everything that you did. Wouldn't there be communication so crystal clear between people, and there wouldn't be any misunderstandings? मुझे सचमुच में अच्छा लगता है जब मुझे विश करते हो आप. So it's a clear-cut message. I really like it when you bring gifts for me. So the other person will bring more gifts for you. Isn't it? So be okay and be honest with saying that, okay, I like this. I am like this. Be authentic, be genuine. And there's nothing wrong in being genuine. Absolutely nothing wrong. Yeah, so continue.
Yeah, so I was saying there are a couple of ways to undo or help suppress this urge. One of them is that you have to appreciate yourself, and even for the smallest achievements that you have done, because often we think that okay, I haven't done much in my life, I've achieved a few things, but then those things that you do achieve, you kind of push it to the side. You maybe compare yourself to another person. You're like, he has done so much, or she has done so much, but I haven't done the same amount. And whatever you have done, you start to neglect that.
Correct. So these trophies out here, they give me that sense of achievement, and then when I'm low, sometimes I look up and say, no. You're really done great work. Yeah, kudos to you. So you can also maintain an achievement journal. An achievement journal, just like a gratitude journal, that this date I got this trophy and I felt like this. So your achievement and how you felt. So when you focus more on the feeling, you will get more and more of that. So keep an achievement journal. I say 360 workshops. The time that have been, numbering it. It has happening. It is being happening every now and then. So universe knows what you want, and it will keep giving you more and more. So focus more on what you want, and it will enhance. Yes.
And then before I ask all three of you if you have any ideas, that something that you can do or help, if there's a way you can help other people, just anything that can help them or that can help you appreciate yourself more or appreciate them, and not look towards the negative side of things. I would like to ask any of you if you have.
Yeah, call me. I think one of the things that we did here was where we wrote one particular quote for one person,
Right.
like this paper that is here. So this one. So see, people have written, thank you so much, Biji ma'am.
Right.
So we circulated the paper amongst everyone and asked them to write one good thing about the other person that you felt. And you keep this as your diary. And in that diary, you will be able to see all those things. So today we will be practically doing it once again for all of us here as to what is the best thing about the other person that you liked or one thing that you learned. So this really helps you out. So that is the third point that you're talking about.
To ask if you guys
Have any other method? Thing which I used to do before also. I used to wear specs before. So when my specs, yes, I had 3.75 as my number on both the eyes, spherical and spherical. Yes. So the specs I used to use before, no? So when I used to change and get a new specs, the glasses that were there, I would paint on that glass. And I would give it to the students. Anybody whom I felt did a good thing, I would give it to them. Paint on the glass and give it to them. So this was small artifacts, I would say. Make small artifacts and surprise people. Make small artifacts and surprise people. Palar's speech has brought us to an understanding that there are 3 things that you can do to fulfill the need for approval. First is appreciate yourself. Keep an achievement journal. Second is recognize and appreciate others. And the third is make small artifacts and surprise people. Give it to them. Gift them.
People actually love surprises.
And if it is specially made by you, then they love it more. So make that extra effort. I remember on Teachers' Day, my students used to bring me something, out of paper. Then what's it called? Quilling. Paper quilling.
Yeah.
So paper quilt cards. So that was so lovely, I would never want to throw it away. So this is something that you can do, and we had a wonderful discussion. Yes, it was better and better, but I think Palash, I can give you 8. So 8 is your score. So give them a huge round of applause.